All right. So we're going to be discussing about manhood, just like you said. So just give me your story and let me see how let's discuss your story.
So you know how I'm always talking about how men are the captain, and they have a lot of weight in what happens in the society. If only men can be more disciplined and be more focused and really hold their ground in certain issues, then there's a lot of things that would change in the society. So there was this movie that I saw. There was this movie that I saw. This guy had this girlfriend when they were in, I want to say high school. I'm going to say it's high school, because college, you are actually an adult. Actually, it's like college, actually. I think he was in college and he had this girlfriend, kept saying, you have to abort this baby, you have to abort this baby, you have to abort this baby. Until that lady aborted seven, I mean, it's a movie, but these things happen in real life. So the lady aborted seven pregnancies. Her womb got messed up. She can't have babies anymore. They lost touch. The guy now is about to get married, and for some reason, the woman that he's going to get married to connected with this lady,
Which lady?
connected with the lady from college,
Okay.
the guy's friend from college, of the blue. Now, like, and now she's like, "What? You want to get married, and then you messed up my life, and then so now his beautiful life that's about to get started is now in front of him, in front of his eyes, is about to get messed up." So I was like, we definitely have to talk about this on Escape Attitude.
Manhood,
So what do you
according
think?
to the definition, the state or period of being a man rather than a child. Boys in the process of growing to a manhood. So men, especially according to what we have here, those of a country regarded collectively, whatever, I don't think that's necessary. So what we really need there is that the state of or period of being a man rather than a child. So today we're going to be talking about manhood. All right. How we should train our male child. Let me put it that way. So how we should train our male child and not necessarily put the blame
A lot
on
of
the
pressure,
female.
right? Yes.
So according to what you just said, okay, I think it's high time we let our father know that this is not going to be about the female child alone. We still have to accord blame also on male child. So is that your analysis on the movie? So
Right. So of course I was like, oh my goodness, if someone had, taught this man how to handle definitely situations, his urges, then it wouldn't get to the point that it will, turn into pregnancy, and then, the first one up onto the seventh. I mean, the number doesn't matter, but it would have definitely helped him.
so we were talking about 50-50. You said 80-30, right?
I say 80-20. The
I mean, you said
responsibility.
80-20.
I,
And
so
I'm
we are
saying that,
Africans, right? We are Africans. We're Nigerians. And I remember, a lot of the responsibility or a lot of the discipline and discussions usually is on, and it's not even discussion, is that don't bring pregnancy home, or if you are caught being pregnant, the girl can be thrown out of the house, the girl can be disowned, the girl can be abandoned, and that's definitely not the time when those things should be happening.
but
But a lot of the
we guys,
discussion is on the girl, and the guy is having fun.
okay, let's put it this way. If you say 80-20, I'm going to say 100% because if you're talking about what we contribute, we're depositing 100%.
Because without your 100%,
Now, when we give you guys the 100%, we come back to 0%, no liability. Now, if you get pregnant, it's going to be on you.
I know some people will actually
And
say
this is where
it's
we
actually
guys enjoy.
1%.
Yeah, this is where we enjoy ourselves because we have, not like we have nothing to lose, but most guys need to understand that
The
it's a
consequence,
seed.
right?
Now you've planted the seed and you can enjoy now, but in the future it's waiting for you. So for now, the only thing we benefit that we enjoy now is that we can go back to school.
Nothing is
It's not gonna
attached to you.
we're not attached physically. So we can go back to school, we can do all we need to do in life. For ladies, that can stop your education. can stop your
Be-
business. It
Before
can
even
stop,
before even
yeah.
that, your health, number
Yeah.
one.
So
Your health, your
that's why.
education.
So on this level, I'm going to I'll just talk. Let me talk to girls in the first place that no matter how the case may be, you're going to be at the receiving end.
True, receiving end,
So
but what is going on before that girl say, okay,
we're going to treat that.
if it's not rape,
We're going to
if
treat
it's not
that.
rape,
Yeah, we're going to. That's why I said that 50-50. If it's not rape, if it's consensual, then take two to tango. They
yeah,
both
but the
agree.
guy is the one saying some
We're
things to
going to
the
get
girl.
there. But all I'm saying is, no matter the sweet things,
Mhm.
you're going to be at the receiving end. Whatever
Sure.
happen, you bear the consequence. You're going to bear the burden, and the burden can be
burden.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
So now, aside that, let's just talk about how guys should be responsible, how they should treat this case. First, I would like my thought will go to the parent first now that we should not just focus on the girls alone by educating them. Also, the male child need
The male child, yeah, not a lot of.
because
I feel like not a
they
lot
are
of
the one going
discussions
out
are
there now
happening.
and planting this
The
seed.
seed, right?
They need to understand that this is real life.
Don't go deceiving girls.
Yeah.
And promising heaven and earth when you
Do
know.
not sniff it if you know you're not going to eat it. So just let it be. No sniffing. So
Oh no, sniffing.
yeah, don't sniff
Yeah, don't. I mean, there are
if you're not
there are
going to
men.
eat it.
there
Don't
are-
price if you're not going to buy.
Yeah, there are teenagers that they're just teenage boys promising this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. Johnny, have you seen my Johnny? Oh,
Okay.
I'm looking for my Johnny.
Honestly,
you promise
honestly,
4,
it's
5
not
girls just because of what you're looking for. You promise
because
5.
it's easy for guys to do all those things. Even though I will advise girls to use their brain, I used to say like, don't love with your heart anymore. Love with your brain. Let your
Love with
brain
your-
work. Let your
your
brain
sense.
use your sense.
Use your sense.
Guys can promise you heaven and earth. That does not mean it's real.
That is true.
Yes. Because now,
But how do you know the true one? The true one they say will wait.
wait,
The true one will wait.
if you know what we are addressing now is not even about marriage. Now we are addressing people that are not even married, planting seeds.
Single, that's what I'm saying.
Because
Yeah.
now this is not marriage.
High school,
And
college,
fine, you can be friend,
and
but
middle school now
don't
are doing
introduce
this.
sex.
You know there are young children that are 13 years
So-
old, 10 years.
Guys need to understand that you are going out there, and now you are playing with people's emotion because now you are giving them hope of which is not genuine. You are doing it just because you want something, and the moment you get that thing, you pick race.
We always say the girl is, but
I don't want to put it like that. That's why I say it's emotion. You made them fall in love with you, and now
that's how girls
you
are.
prey on their
Yeah, they
on
are
their.
in-
It's so
on
sad,
their-
but what
what's the
can we
word?
do? So
you
what's
prey
your
on-
advice to parents?
advice to parents?
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that I always ask you, because you are a man. I'm not going to be the one to tell my son. Well, of course, from a lady's perspective, I'm going to talk to my 3 sons. Like, I don't want no untimely pregnancy in the house. But I've always
Back
been
in
asking
Africa-
you. I've
back
always
in
been asking
Africa,
you,
right?
how are you going to
Why-
talk to your sons?
Why family don't address boys is because they believe they're not coming home with any pregnancy.
Which they are the ones contributing to the
They are
pregnancy.
not like they are the one contributing. They are the main culprit. They are the fund. It's not going to happen without them.
Exactly.
So they are the main culprit. But
So the education should be 50-50.
yes, but we don't really care about boys not going out there, unless if it's going to endanger their life.
But it's
We can
so-
only tell them that, don't stay out night late. Some kind of advice like that.
Right.
But we never let them understand that don't go out be sleeping with girls, because we really don't think
You
like
know-
that they're not coming home with
You know,
pregnancy.
it's so funny.
And now you see female child will be like, don't
Pregnanted
go
me.
home and bring pregnancy.
Right.
They are the one that they focus attention on, knowing that those boys are the main thing they should focus attention on, not to tell them don't go and
You
be
know what I'm
planting seeds
thinking?
that can destroy your future.
You know what I'm thinking? The women of these boys, I don't know anybody personally, but from the movies, the women of these boys, when someone comes to them and be like, this one impregnated me, or like, let's say a high school boy, or maybe college is not college is still okay because they kind of consider you an adult by that time because you are at least
But even
18,
college,
19, 20,
if
21.
you get
It's
someone
not,
pregnant in college,
the
I mean,
consequence is not as crazy like
it
high school.
is that because high school is still they are still
You still, yeah, you
yeah.
still gotta finish
But
your high school education.
you've come of
Yeah,
age when you're in
when you're in
college. But at the
college.
same time,
But let's say your high school, God forbid,
if it happen, it happen.
let's say
But
high school son.
that
Let's say someone comes down and be like, your high school son gave my daughter pregnant, got my daughter pregnant. The moms of the boys don't look at the boys like, yeah, you get a little bit of punishment, but they most of the time they will be saying, your girl is the bad one. Don't they say that? Most of the time they will be looking
I
at
don't know.
they will be looking at the mother of the girl like, you did not train your girl, that's why she got pregnant. Like,
But
what the
if
hell?
you train if you train your boy should not go at that age to get someone pregnant.
And
So
and
it
if,
should be the shame should be shared between the two families.
but the shame
Yeah, it should be shared between the two families because they both
but it's
have,
not
they
that
both
way.
have boys and
It's not
girls
that way.
that are not
You will see that
properly.
they will close the gate. The woman will be crying. The daughter will be crying like,
And you even see that tell your daughter to stay away
Come
from
on,
my
stay away from my son. Exactly.
And they will be like, you tell your son to stay away from my daughter. I will be like, okay, you know what? They are both culprits. But in this way,
Even the woman,
even the girl that called because it's always from boys' side to go and tell girls I
that's
want
what I'm
something
saying.
with you.
Yeah, they're the ones deceiving them, and then the girls knowing that this loves me so much, I will go.
Just like they saying that ladies they kind of fall in love with
That's how God made us.
hearing. But we look when we like what we see, we go for it, and we can promise heaven and earth, even though we don't mean it. You know,
Just for
I've
that.
seen a movie that the guy, actually, I think it's a reality that is just for this guy to sleep with this girl. The girl was so really hard, and it was like the only way.
Engage her?
Yeah, the only way
The girl was actually
yeah.
very.
It was giving ladies engagement ring, just to sleep with them.
Just to sleep with it. So what is
That
this?
okay? Let's say, fine, it's sweet. To us, we think we're cashing funds. That's how we see it, and we're being kidding. I mean, I don't want to say we're kidding. There's this term that they use that we're being we're just
You
being
just
childish.
You're
Yeah,
practicing
yeah,
for the real one.
yeah. It's like, okay, just like some guys will tell you to sleep with 56 girls. That is, I don't buy that idea. You are hurting someone's daughter.
Of course.
And at the end of the day, there's always the side effect is much more than what we think it is. For now, we can see like the short-term
Consequence.
no, the short-term
Repercussion.
enjoyment
Oh,
that
enjoyment
we
for the
derive
guys.
from it for the guys. Ladies do enjoy themselves too, but at the same time, that is when they are if they are not caught with pregnancy. So let's put it this way: that okay, fine, it's happened. We're having fun, but when it comes to knowing fully, I'm not going to marry you. We're just dating, and you received the first pregnancy, second one you terminate, third one, as a lady, you should use your head.
I mean, it's a movie.
The damage is going to be on you.
I hope it's not happening.
Just
in real
like
life,
the movie
but-
you were saying now. 6 pregnancy
7.
aborted for this guy, right?
And then the womb is messed up.
And now he
What are you
promised
waiting
that,
for?
don't worry, I'm going to marry you and we adopted. We adopt a child. Things like that. And at the end of the day, things happen. He get married to another lady, treating that lady bad. He was drinking his life until he got a kidney problem or heart problem, whatever. The lady now was like, she have to give her one of her kidney or whatever
For that guy.
just to save the guy.
So the guy
Now,
is still
he
actually
is indebted.
irresponsible.
He's-
Right. So the
even
guy is still
up to his
irresponsible.
adulthood,
Exactly. That
He's not
behavior.
even responsible
Exactly.
until death come knocking on his door. And that's when he think it's time for me to
I
take a
think
turn
Africa.
around.
I think it's an African, not like an African
No
problem,
African
but
thing, no,
it's,
it's it's general.
Because
There's no way you go that you will not see
we
this going
pamper
on.
the men. We pamper the boys, starting from when they were boys. You pamper them,
It's so sad
pamper
though,
them.
honestly.
They don't have that this
It's so sad
and
that
before you know it, it gets to an adult level, and you still a lot of men are still behaving like children
just like I was watching
and still misbehaving.
I was watching one YouTube video, and this old white man was talking that it was so. I mean, it get to a point he couldn't take it anymore to see adults dressing like babies, and I was like, well, that's the technology world that we are living today. But not to digress, I still want you to go back to the point that how do parents, you know,
Educate their
stop
kids.
this pandemic, because this is pandemic. Guys, some guys are virus. They move from one girl to another, one girl to another. That's virus behavior. Once they dominate here, they leave, they move to another place. It's virus. Only virus do that. So when you are jumping around, you are virus. So how can we stop this from parental aspects? That okay, you know what? I have boys. How can I educate them? How can I make them see that you don't go out there to plant seed that you don't mean to plant?
I think a lot of the thing is, I've talked about it on my channel that, as parents, we have a lot of work to do. As your child is growing up, you definitely want to say, okay, this is his strengths. These are his weaknesses. He's very good in arts and is very good in the arts, a little bit weak in the science subjects. Okay, or your other child is very good in the science subjects. You're down and in the arts is not too great. You start kind of guiding them in the right direction. Once they are rooted in their education, you kind of I was watching something. Two guys, adult people, Americans, were talking about how a lot of people are in debt. They are going to school for jobs. They are going to school for programs. They are having a lot of debt on jobs that really doesn't put a lot that
Pay
they
more, right?
doesn't pay a lot
Yeah.
like skills. Only he said, what's going on with the skills? A lot of people should go into skills.
Yeah.
Skills, you have skills, you can do this, you can do that, you can do that, But people are going into a lot of debt, go to school, rack up a lot of debt
And
on
at the
stupid
end of the day,
programs. At the end of the
jobs will
day,
not pay enough
jobs will not pay
to
enough.
even
And you're like, I'm already thinking, my son is he's going to be engaged in a lot of activities that he won't even have the mind to be thinking of.
That's
no
why
people
I
instead.
said this is where parents need to come in now. These are just kids. They are growing up. Probably in the Western world, they're going to be exposed to a lot of things. That's why I think in the world we're living now, why? Oh, fine. Just like I said in some of our past episode, I was talking that there's some things that technology developed to enhance our life. But that does not mean it's going to be for everybody. It's for some. Okay, when you go to war, you have probably something happened. They have to amputate your leg or your hand. That's where we have plastic surgery or this prosthetic or what do they call it, just to help you. And now celebrity will go and this is
Using
not
it
made for
fun
them.
because they have the money.
Yeah, but don't
Yeah.
even like they have the money. It's like it's not. It's this. The main purpose of this is to help people that are disabled.
It's because they have the money. That's why they
Now
can do
they
those
are
things.
adding bots,
Yeah.
and that's not the
For fun,
That's
right.
not the purpose. Now I'm saying that okay, now as technology involved, it's supposed to enhance us. It's not supposed to mess us up, right? So now,
Well, I
if
understand
you-
what you're saying.
yeah. So where I'm driving at is that
Enhancing
they
of the body part.
fine. They create a condom, right, to protect you during sex, things like that. But now it's like we're in the world we're living now. There's some forces that we are fighting against to destabilize, to demoralize the
family,
society.
The family.
Yes.
And
So
then the
now
family to
when
the
we're talking
society.
about condom, I believe okay, fine. Is condom supposed to be using by unmarried or teenagers,
Young
things
people.
like that, young people, right? I think it's supposed to be for family couple that are married that they don't do.
Contraception.
Yeah, if you're not doing if you don't have a contraception
take
or if you don't want to take
medication.
medication or things like that, you can use condom to prevent them getting pregnant, right? But now that could be the idea. But the forces behind this is pushing it out there to the point that even you will see 12-year-olds using condom or things like it's a
Which
way to
is
promote
good.
sex.
It's good.
It's still
It's good to
good,
prevent
but
sex. I mean, to prevent
yes,
pregnancy.
but the idea behind may be
Yeah,
that
to make money.
someday, some are gonna forget it. All these little guys are gonna forget it someday, and they're gonna do it flesh to flesh, and it's just to demoralize. So now, when you look at it that way, that okay, condom sales, they are still promoting sex regardless, right? Now look at it, get to a point that you know what, you can even have unsafe sex. You can get to a kiosk and buy this thing from a vending machine, plan B. Is that so? Parents need to understand that the society we're living now is now building to the point that they will destroy your children, and they will mess up your kids' life to the
I
point
see
that
where you're going.
if you do not come
Definitely.
me
Right now.
at the right time, because once they're above 12 years, they escape you already. So you have to make sure you nail them in the bud before age 12. Because now most of their time they spend in school.
Oh,
Right?
And they have technology.
Wait, they spend in school.
Technology.
Do you know what? Now school, just like I've seen a lot of video now that I was like, why is it that government remove Christian religion knowledge or Christian study or Bible study from school? You can't discuss anything that can make their life, that can shape their life in the right way. But they will allow you to tell them they can be who they want to be. They can change to who they want to change to. That's
You don't want to
allowed
be
in
a
school.
boy, you can be a girl.
Yeah. Boys now you can be anything you want to be, except following Christ, except believing that God exists. You understand? And when you take God from school, shooting is what you will be seeing. People are going to be depressed. A lot of things because you are resorting, and I want to believe that's what society wants. But as a parent, it's now your job, because if you don't train your child, they will train it out there for you. The society will help you to train your child.
And what
So it's
happens
better for you
is-
to train your child before society train them for you. Shape them at home so that when they get out there, they will be unbendable to the
Especially boys. Because now a
because
boy and
pressure
a
is
girl,
going to come. School are going to push that pressure. Society are going to push it. But the moment you build them already, they will be able to stand those pressure. Because now, I feel sorry for ladies, because why I said I feel sorry is because guys are going to come, they're going to deceive them, and they're going to fall prey.
and then they're
But
going
now-
to give birth to children that are out of wedlock, and
Yes.
those children are they going to be happy in the society?
They're not going to be.
They're going to be messed up.
It's like a baby, baby giving back to babies. So now let's see that. What about if we talk to our boys? We can reduce the chances.
You keep it in your pants.
We can reduce the
Someone
occurrence.
said if you
We can
keep,
reduce the ratio. We
if
can
you
reduce
keep
the
the
number.
bottle cap of your soda open, is it going to spill? It's not going to spill. Once you open it, it's
gonna
going to spill all over the
So
place.
now let's talk about if you feed that, or just like the movie we just saw, the Christian one, that someone just walked past you as a boy, and immediately you are feeling somehow like, wow, you're feeling like you want to sleep with her. How can you control that? What do you think that is?
Number one, intervention. Run the opposite direction. Count 100
Someone
steps
that
away
already
from that
set his
person.
mind that, wow, I like that and let me follow. Maybe I can get my way with her. And immediately, the more you give your touch to it, the more you have sexual arousal. And before you know it, you want to engage. And if you say no, you want to rough her. And from that, it will lead to rape. How do you think, or do you have any advice for someone that is going through something like that? What do you think they can do? Because for me, I have a couple of things I think you can do to cool yourself down.
Number one thing is, as you are growing up, I hope your family knows about God, because that's the number one thing. This thing, you can't do it by flesh. Abi? You can't do it by
it's
flesh.
so sad that the society we are living now, people don't want to believe God exists.
But that's number one thing that can help you 100%. And yes, even with God, it is still very hard. So without God, you can just imagine how easy it is for you to fall prey.
Guys,
So number one, parents have number one job to do. Make sure you are teaching your child. Okay, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. Make sure they know all of that. That one will save you maybe 20%. Another 20%, as they are growing up, you make sure that they are not idle. Because when they are idle, then their eyes will be looking at what they're not supposed to be looking at. Number two, keep them
Make
busy.
sure they are busy.
Number two, keep
Get
them
them
busy.
involved.
Get them involved in
Put
one
them in
activity or the
sports.
other. Me, I'm always teaching them, oh yeah, TV off, let's walk. 1, 2, 3, ABC, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3. By the time you go back in school, you have more knowledge.
Yeah.
And hopefully when they are in high school, middle school, we're going to enroll them. God give me money. We'll enroll them in activities, summer activity. Now I know how much summer activity costs. It's so expensive. But you have to invest in your children.
I think
Give them things that they can do, hands on, physically, skills that they can develop. That's number one, God. Number two, keep them busy. Number three, now they are teenagers and hormones is flying here and there.
It's flying like a belt.
It's flying here and there. They don't know
Yeah.
what to do. Number three, as parents, I'm going to start teaching my daughter. All right, this is what's going to happen to your body at this time, as this time.
But don't lie. Because the
Right,
moment
don't
you
lie.
tell them,
Right,
if they
don't
kiss
lie.
you get pregnant.
Yeah.
The moment she get kids and nothing happen, you will like, oh, my mom is lying to me. Maybe if I
do
have
this,
sex,
it will
it's not
happen
gonna-
for her.
I'm not going to have
Yeah.
so
One thing that worked
don't
for
lie.
me.
Make sure you let them know,
One thing.
like, this happen, if you do this.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know.
There are
but
a lot of things. There are a lot of things that you can
But the
do
problem
without
again is
lying.
that for the little I've seen here, honestly, from high school, the ladies
Middle
are the
school.
one,
Looking for trouble.
they are the one looking for trouble.
In Nigeria, the ladies looking for trouble.
I'm talking about here. The
We,
one
ha-
that
we have
here.
to, let's compare.
I've seen
Let's
couple of
compare.
incidents here that the guy will be trying to, escape this.
It's
And
just
the
that
lady
one
will be-
instant,
No,
Prince.
no,
You can't
no,
use
no,
that one
this is
instance
not
to
one
generalize.
instance. I've seen couple of incidents like that. Ladies are the one trying to squeeze.
You are saying ladies are the one. Well, what if the
girl
man
was squeezing this girl?
What if the guy was the one that have said, I like you, whatever.
Okay,
whatever.
if I
and
say
then
I like
now
you,
the girl
now after school,
and now the girl now overpowered the boy.
After school, they go to a playground, and the next thing, the guy will sit. They will be talking. The next thing, the girl will be the one bringing her head close to the guy's mouth, and I saw the guy. The guy was trying to say no. The lady was like, "Come, you don't want to kiss me," and he was putting. Now, when you kiss a guy to a point that he gets sexual aroused, now he want to take it to further, and the lady will be like, "No. I'm not saying I want to have sex. Why do you start what you can't finish?"
So number is it number 4? Number 3? Number 1. What's number 1? God.
God.
Number 2, keep them busy.
Yeah,
Number
get
3,
them involved.
keep them busy. Number 3,
Yeah, like activities.
what's God, keep them busy.
Yeah.
Then number 3.
You said,
Number 3. So number 3 will be as they are growing up, you start sex education. That's
okay,
number
sex
3.
education.
Because you don't want to wait until hormones are flying everywhere now.
Yeah.
You start prepping them. All right, this is what's going to happen. You start, this is going to be getting longer. This thing, you're growing. There's going to be blood coming from somewhere. And at this time, you have to stay away from, don't lie. One thing that worked for me was no talking to boys or anything physical with guys
you're done with your school.
until after college. You have your degree. You're not going to be crying over, I didn't finish my school. That takes care of that.
That can be a big distraction, though.
What do you mean?
When you're in college or high school or middle school, boys, emotional
You can be
attack.
friends.
Yeah, but when there's emotion to it, that can be distracting.
I don't understand. How is it
Like
distracting?
when you are falling in love with a guy in school, and that's where you put your mind all the time. How are you
You
gonna
don't put your
study?
mind on it all the time.
Yeah,
You're in
I'm just
school.
saying.
You are focusing on work.
You have to focus.
And whatever
or
you are
else if you-
focusing on is keeping you busy and away from.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
if you're focusing much on love, then you focus less on your
Then
studies.
the consequences or repercussions will not be that much if you are still in high school.
So
You know what I'm saying?
for both male and female, like
Yeah.
that's what you are addressing now. That's your
Exactly.
advice
That's
to
number
them.
3. Number 3, sex education. Number 4, and it depends on that one. Make a promise. Let them promise you. Promise me you're not going to have anything physical. That's one thing that worked for me. People have a lot of things that they have direct. If you touch a man's hand, you get pregnant. Don't touch a man's hand. I understand what you said. That, oh my goodness, that was a lie. And then but so many different things.
This case that we're having nowadays, they are curious to try anything.
And Google, they have all this information, so they know. But still, they still want to. That's number 3. Number 4. That's
You are on 4 already, right?
number 4. And then when you are in a situation where now you are focused, you are doing all these things, but then a situation happened. you are in a room with
What
a guy
happened
or a
that
girl,
situation
what can you
happened?
do? Can come in.
So in my own case,
And number one,
my
I said, get yourself out of that situation. But sometimes
yes,
people want to test. Let me see what's going to happen.
you know, kids will be kids, teenager will be teenager, but there should be a red line where your teenager will
Boundary.
push you to.
Boundaries.
Because there's some mistake you will make now that look like enjoyment that can actually destroy your future. It's waiting right there for
And
you.
you'll be enjoying for 15
and
years.
you know the worst part of it is that when it's waiting for you,
It's not good.
it's not good.
What?
It's not good.
I mean, look at that guy. Look at that guy now. Oh, they want to put him into Supreme Court justice.
And that
thing just came out.
in.
He just came. Oh,
was
remember
like,
what
the guy
you did.
when we were in high school, or is it
Remember.
high school or college?
Mm-hmm.
That
College
was how
or
many?
something.
30 years ago.
Many years ago.
And the
And
pounded yam is there in the cooler, warming. It's like he's jogging.
If they, if
Let him
anybody,
you'll be like, it's getting to his just like Denzel Washington was like, when you are about to get to the peak,
that's when the devil rears his ugly head.
The devil is gonna be like, I'm waiting.
Coming.
Let them
Anytime they
that
mention
post.
his name now in Supreme Court justice or on the news, everybody will remember that thing. Remember
when they mention someone from the guy from New York.
Yeah.
When they mention that guy from New York,
that's the first thing that will come to your head. Scandalous.
Is the one that chatting with all those small girls.
Exactly.
So something like that will happen.
Yep.
So devil will be like, okay,
something good is coming.
This thing is like, okay, let me put it like hook, line, and sinker, right? Let's say that, okay, those enjoyment, to me, I'll put it this way to boys. Now I'm talking to boys.
Exactly.
Those things is like, you can enjoy yourself, but there should be a red line not to create some unnecessary difficulties, unnecessary headache for yourself in the future. So you'll be like, I'm enjoying, but to devil is planting those things
for you,
so that it's more or less like you are indebted to me, right? So I
can come for you anytime.
So it's more or less like, you know what? I think this is what they play very well in Nigerian politics. Once they believe you're going to be some kind of headache to them, they push money to you, you embezzle money. So when something happens in the future or they want you to do something, they use it to hold you. So it's like devil is doing this to our kids. And just like the one you were just saying now, this is something he thought was having fun with. Not knowing is a deposit in devil's bank. And now when devil will be like, okay, they want to give him justice.
Agent.
Now
remembrance.
That woman will be like, it will just,
oh my God.
Are you going to allow him to do that? Do you remember I did this to you? So, and that's where you
just come back.
See your future. You're going to be looking at your future and it's going to be shattered before you just because of some unhealthy decision you have made.
You know, a lot of politicians pull out of political races because of this thing.
I've seen a lot.
To come like that and be like, you know what? I'm running. I don't want any more.
It's just a whisper. You see them already on the front line. They will see them there. These people are leading. Yeah. You see their scores going high. And the whisper will come. Or you'll be like, I
remember what you did last summer.
You're going to be like, okay, I back out.
I don't want.
I back out.
Because if that thing comes out,
I back out.
It will mess up your whole family.
Let's make a deal. I back out.
Exactly.
Don't say anything.
Exactly.
That's it. So,
and then you might have been a better person. You are a better person now. You have changed. There are good things you want to do for the country.
That little thing you did, look at.
They will cripple you.
Look at.
You have put yourself spiritual handcuff.
Look at.
You have handcuffed
what happened in New York. As much as I like this man so much.
Bill Clinton.
No.
Oh.
Governor, I like him so much. Look at that. But that little thing, honestly, oh my God. How I wish we can see the future of what we want to do now.
Before you do
the outcome of what we're going to do in the future, maybe we will not do it.
Have a dream and then see,
maybe we will not do it.
Yeah.
So to me, like I said, it looked like enjoyment. Fine. Like the scenario that I want to paint now, that a lady was just passing by and you feel like, oh my God, let me have my way with her. How do you control yourself in that situation?
Good. Number one.
From my own experience, I would say that if you are not ready to harvest, don't plant.
That's a good one.
Don't plant.
Don't deceive to plant.
If you know you don't want to eat, you are not ready to eat, don't sniff.
Don't sniff.
If you don't want to buy, don't price.
Don't price.
Because
That's
if you
a good
price, go collect. So let's now put it like, okay,
one.
I will advise guys that if you feel like this thing is rising, if you allow it to control you, it will ruin your life. Be in control. That's why you are the head of your body. So you are in control. So you can decide to allow this to push you, or you can tell it, can you relax?
And there are things you can think about. You can think about.
So you can say, can you relax?
Yeah.
That's just a joke apart. But when you see something like that, when you feel that feelings, think about something else
that can check
that
you.
That can cool you down.
And you have to do that before you see something that tempts you.
Or if you are close to home, or if you are in your house, you can go into the bathroom, take a cold shower. Your body will relax.
Think about other things.
Think about other things. Think about positive things. Or if you think at that moment in time that your body, you are thinking you can't conquer that feelings, the best thing to think at that moment is your worst, the saddest day of your life. Probably when you lose someone close to you or things like that, it will change your mood from that sexual urge. Because sometimes,
but you have to have practiced this. That's why it's very good. Practice this with the kids now, so they know that when they are in that situation, they have things. Okay, number 100 steps. If you are in a room, get out of that room.
Yeah.
Get out of that situation. Number 2, if you can take a cold shower,
Yeah.
wash your face. Number 3, think good thoughts. Focus. All right, I have this project coming up. I don't want to miss it because of this. This can happen. Think of consequences. Things can happen. Look at what Drake. Look at what Drake did.
You need to understand that kids act before they think.
That's why you have to have this before.
Exactly.
Because if you don't have it, if you are thinking,
they
that's what Pastor K.
before they realize, oh my God.
That's what Pastor K said. You have to have these checks and balances before you are in that situation. If you are in that situation before you do the checks and balances,
that's why
you are going to fail.
And the reason why we're doing this now
is
to let kids know that, you know what, it's happened for real, and it can haunt you. It can mess up your future. It can make
you are enjoying now
in the future.
It will make it difficult in the future.
Think about what you're going to do before you even do it at all.
Have checks and balances. Have someone you can call. That's a good one.
Yes.
Man, something.
Number 2 that I'm going to say is
get you out of that situation too.
The moment you feel like, okay, it's coming on like that, think about it. Is this someone you are meeting for the first time? Is it a club? Or, and that's another thing I think life without Christ will be full of crisis, because in the first place, you don't want to be in club as a child of God. And I've been telling people that most people don't want to believe that God do exist. And I used to tell them that, fine, let's assume God don't exist. Is there anything you were taught about God that can destroy your life? If the teaching is peace, why don't you embrace it? So it's the world we're living. Even school don't want their students to believe God do exist. But as a parent, like I said earlier, it's now our job to prepare our kids so that they can stand the storm of this society. Because the society we're living now is so sad that they're going to face a lot of pushback. And when it's going to be hard. Probably if parents will do the same thing, it will be fine. But when you have just your son among other peers that are already spoiled, it's going to be hard. But as a parent, you still need to try your best to make sure that you train them and let them know that having baby is different from having Teddy.
Before I even get to the point of baby, you have to understand that the way women are dressing, using plastic surgery now,
it's another thing that caused this sexual arousal from guys.
Right. It's very easy for men to be like, oh my goodness, look at this big badonkadonk.
And at the end of the day,
they're just walking by and you look and then you're in trouble.
So do you now see how from ladies' side, how they are actually making things worse?
But the guy have to be disciplined.
And now internet now make it worse, because you see lady go on the internet showing too much nakedness. It's now like, and that's why it's so dangerous now to allow your kids with electronics. What you'll be amazed, you'll be shocked to see the amount of information they have access to. Looking at Instagram sometimes make me feel sick when I see how ladies, how they dress. What are they selling? What are they selling?
I hope, you know what? This is a good idea.
Have you seen any picture on Instagram took by a lady that he said that it will be their backside?
That's why, see, these are, they call it traps. These are traps. It's
And
trap.
as a
It's a
guys,
trap.
and now it's
If you are not disciplined,
and this is why
you will get trapped.
This is where I understand that we have a lot of pedophile online, and I'll be seeing guys, old men, commenting, "Oh my God, go on! Wow, that's a red purple." You
No
see them.
discipline.
A grown-up man
No
will
discipline.
be commenting on 18-year-old backside.
No discipline.
Will be commenting, and they will be sending
But if the
something
men are
like
disciplined, they will not be looking at those
cucumber,
things.
banana. They will be sending it as a
Okay.
reply to the lady.
But-
So look at that. It's a degraded society we are living.
Exactly.
Honestly,
So how
So-
are our boys going to survive in this society?
they will survive by you
Discipline.
laying the foundation, making them understand your. I mean, every house, like it or not, there is a rule. If either you make one that they can follow, or you don't make one that they can follow, you can't get away with any of it. So it's now the job of the parent to make sure you secure. Because now my concern is if you let them escape all the way to age 12, you are done. Forget it. You can't bend them anymore. But if you can do your job very well before they are 12, you are golden. So you want to start as early as possible to build them, to lay the foundation. And once the foundation is good, they are good to go. You can now relax. So
No relax.
you can now
You still have to be
yes, but
refreshing
just
and
look at the
refreshing and
shooting,
refreshing.
the recent shooting now. It shows to me that
Something's going
the
on.
guy, that I mean, I'm look at those lives that is lost based on the fact that this guy can't even think on his own, and the way it can think is to take people's life. And when we were talking about okay, even if we don't want to believe God exists, but when we have that kind of education in school, it's cool people down, it's change people's mind, it's reorientate them that you know what, there's someone up there that listen to us, things like that. So, but that's just by the way. But for parents, like I said, it's your job to guide them. But like what I was saying before, when you have that feelings, we talk about getting shower, think about something that.
Number one, get out of that situation. You're looking at that girl. She just
But what
walked
about if you
by,
can't get out of the
she's
situation?
wearing
If you can't
she-
get out of the situation, like probably, let's say, and I think
in an office.
they talk about this in the church, like, okay, are you supposed to be in the house, you know, as a lady, you're supposed to be in the same room with a guy, maybe more than one guy or so,
Right.
and you are there, you know,
At
you don't want to
night.
put yourself in
Don't put
that
yourself
situation in the first place.
Right.
So because once you are in the room, your chances is probably reduced to 20% because
Now, something will happen.
I'm not gonna go against you having a boyfriend, but set a limit that come.
We
I
can
like
only
you.
go
Let's be
out.
friends. Let's
We can
go
only
out.
Go out.
Yeah.
Right. Go out.
Let's be friends. No sex, nothing. With you, because that's when you know if the guy is genuine.
For real.
No sex until we are ready. So, but we can meet, we can play, we can chat, we can build our friendship
Get
and
to know each
get
other.
to know each other when we grow.
Right.
But when it comes to you putting yourself in a situation, some kind of awkward situation, you and him alone in the room.
But this is what America.
Then-
This is what America has been from their movies to their shows and all these things. Like
Do you see
hook up-
how they are
hook
now
up.
introducing
Yeah.
teenagers having sex in a show? Do you see
Exactly.
that?
They are the ones doing all these things and it's messing everybody up. So now people think,
Do you look
it's
at-
okay. We're just hooking up. We're just hooking up.
This is not hooking up. This is amazing.
That's what they are. That's what they say.
Do you
That's
see
what
that
they're
movie?
saying.
What's the name of that show?
I don't. How
Chai,
am I?
right?
How am I gonna know if I like you if I don't sleep with you? Like
The movie Chai, right? Is it Chai or what's
I
the
don't
name
know.
of that show?
That's that show.
Oh my God. I get to a point, like, I don't care.
Is that the one that a lot of parents were saying they shouldn't show?
Yes.
That they should ban.
Yeah, the one that hacked
Yeah.
by black people. That's this Chai or something. I don't know. CHI. Yeah. Oh my God. It get to a point I was like, okay, fine. Whatever you're trying to teach us in the first place,
It's wrong.
people are going to be getting this.
Boss.
they're going to be taking the negative part
Out
of
of
it. The, like, man, it's okay. That's not even my thing. But at the same time, that's part of the problem.
What media, social
Yes, part of
media,
the problem.
what the media.
Because for some reason, they were like, their argument is like, they are doing it because that's what's going on in the society. And they want parents to know that your kids are doing this. Right. So, like you say, when you have God, half of the problem is solved.
Oh,
Then get yourself out of the situation in the first place. Don't put yourself in that situation. If you are a guy and you feel like that thing is coming up, is rising, get in the cold shower and cool yourself down.
give yourself
And if you are not
boundaries.
where you can take shower, think about something
Call
that is
someone.
that is really that can make you fade down. Think about it so that your tension will cool down, or think about or read book or do something that can take your mind away from it.
Call
It will
someone.
save you a lot of headache in the future.
Yeah.
And number two, now let's talking about those that are planting the seed, that they are doing it intentionally.
Purpose.
Those who want to sleep with girls, just like the movie you analyzed in the first place, that this guy was
Just
sleeping with this girl,
fun.
having fun. This girl was getting pregnant
Deceiving
for him,
girls.
and they were getting rid of the pregnancy to the point this girl can't even have a baby anymore. At the end, this almost destroys his future. It's happened a lot. Let's forget this is a movie. It's happened in real life. It happens. And my advice to ladies, please, fine, mistake do happen. If you get pregnant to a guy, please, if you think your parents can allow you to have the baby, have the baby. You don't know if that's the only one you're going to have. Once you abort it, that may be the
Then
end of the story.
You still have a chance in life. The baby is not the end of your life.
It's not that if you have a baby now, it's not going to ruin your life forever.
Baby
It can only set you back few years.
The baby can even.
So a few years of setback is better than not be able to have a child. So I've seen a lot of people that they have child even in their high school, and they are doing very well now. We've seen a lot of celebrities that they for some reason it's happened. Mistake do happen. When it happen, do not allow the guy to be the one to tell you what to do. Involve your parents, and that is where parents come in. Please, parents need to have good relationship with their, with their
Not
children.
everything. King.
Yeah. Once you allow them to be free with
free,
you, when they
then-
get pregnant or made mistake,
Okay.
they will have the opportunity to come and open up to you. Now you can advise them. Because if you allow the boyfriend to tell her what to do, terminating will be the only option. I don't want baby now. That's what you're going to know. I don't want baby now. It's going to be termination. So by terminating or doing whatever,
That could lead
there
to
could be
death
a
of the
complication.
person. That could even be the death of the
Even if
person.
you don't even die, that could mean you may not be able to have baby. So either we like it or not, the physical damage, girls are going to be the one to shoulder
100%.
that. They're going to be the one getting 100% of the physical damage. The emotional, they will get it also. But the future damage, guys may get it, but ladies also can get the future damage also. If you can't bear a child anymore, that's the future damage. But now, for guys, honestly, I think we need to reorientate ourselves. So if you are not ready, don't ready. As simple as that. So guys, we're going to be wrapping it up today. That's going to be a wrap on this one. So like I said, it's Escape Attitude, and if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, just do subscribe. Leave your comment if you think there's something that we omit that we need to put in. Just leave your comment down below, and we will be happy to read your comment. So until next time, guys, stay blessed. Bye-bye.